I bet y'all like, damn, you up early or you stay up late, whatever the case may be. But yeah, you're right. My little sleeping pattern been off, my circadian rhythm a little. So I'm up and I'm doing what I do. I'm ready for July. June 19th, 2025. Kind of anxious. My soul, my spirit is like ready for change. Kind of in a fucking rerun TV show, replaying after day. Putting a lot of work in for my future, just waiting for a glimpse of that to come to pass, I guess you could say. I am the firm foundation on which you can dance and sing and celebrate my presence. This is my high and holy calling for you. Receive it as my precious gift, glorifying and enjoying me as higher priority than maintaining a tidy, structured life. Give up your striving to keep everything under control, an impossible task and waste of precious energy. My guidance for each of my children is unique. That's why listening to me is so vital for your well-being. Let me prepare you for the day that awaits you and point you in the right direction. I am with you continually, so don't be intimidated by fear. Though it stalks you, it cannot harm you. As long as you cling to my hand, keep your eyes on me, enjoying peace in my presence. And that's the word for today. Pretty dope with everything I got going on. Enjoying peace in God's presence. It just made me think about even for Jesus himself being in God's presence, enjoying peace in his presence. When he was about to be crucified, he was in the wilderness, and the devil came to tempt him. In the midst of chaos and temptation and uncertainty, you can still have peace. That's pretty dope, and I could confirm that. Just growing up, having different struggles in life, even being in the shelters and stuff like that, even in jail, it was like you have moments of peace despite what's going on. God keeps you, and he makes sure that that you're safe. And yeah, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you fear no evil. Just a lot of things that I could attest to, and just knowing what God do for me. I don't believe in God. I know God for myself, so I don't have to be around other believers because I'm not sure if you know God for yourself. You can believe in anything. You could believe in Santa Claus. That don't mean that you know Santa Claus, and that don't mean that I should go off your beliefs. What you believe is what you believe is your reality. But the word belief is kind of funny to me because I don't really like fantasy things at all. If I know it to be true, I know it. If not, I don't believe it. And that's just simple as that. I don't believe a lot of things. I either know for a fact or I don't. I don't like to be in between of belief. It's just basically I'm almost sure that I know something. And that's how belief is. You're almost sure that you know it. For those of you who have a strong sense of who you are, you don't believe that you're a boy when you know you're a girl. You don't believe you're a girl when you know you're a boy. Like I say, for those of you who have a sense of self, some of y'all changed up and it is what it is. But right? For a fact you're allergic to this, or for a fact you don't like certain foods or drinks. You don't believe you like it. You don't believe you don't like it. You just know. So when people say they believe God, I look at them like, okay, yeah, that's nice and whatever, right? But do you know God for yourself? And that's a real question. And it is what it is. I don't sit around people believing what we believe. Like, that's a waste of time to me. It is what it is. What up, though? I just saved this little some little shit that I be reading when I first put up my phone. I don't go straight to social media. I don't check my finances and stuff like that. I don't even check my emails. First thing I do is I just thank God that I'm alive, you know. Thank God I'm in this moment, in this present, and I just soak in the moment, being grateful for where I'm at and the mind that I have to know where I want to go. Discernment of who not to fuck with, who to dodge, who to avoid. You know, everybody energy ain't good for you. Not everybody can control themselves. Not everybody cares to do so, you know. Not everybody's accountable. You can't sit around and wait on people to be accountable because people will let you down. And it is what it is. But I start my day off being grateful first, and then after that I get downloads. And I start putting them downloads in position. I store them in my files in my toolbox. Different knowledge, different ways to elevate and evolve. And I'm going to share with y'all a little bit of knowledge that I put to the side. So what I do is on my phone, I send an email to myself, different little articles I read that helps me out with business. Only things I care about is like finances, technology, and fucking travel. So those are the type of news that I get. I get on here to create content and be the news. You know, I don't get on here looking for what people post because I'm creating content. And it's the difference between posting the post and people who actually create content. Most people I see on my page, they're all content creators. They don't here posting to make money, you know, and it's a difference. They doing their thing. They done monetize their account. It is what it is. And I ain't got money all the time to give away to them, but I show love and support, you know, when I see y'all stuff. Or if I got the extra funds, or if I'm out giving out stars or whatever, you know what it is. But that's what I do. And that's what it is about. You know, you put the work in, they recognize you, you able to make money off the site, off the app. And that's what I do. I make money off every app. Like I got multiple streams of income. I don't really worry about this one. It ain't, you know, it's just one stream of income. It is what it is. So yeah, that's what that's about. Let me share this with y'all real quick before I lose sight. Because it's pretty dope. It's 3 questions I want to ask everybody. And it's something that everybody should ask themselves too. And it's the 3 E's. So here they are. The first step to liberation. Wait, hold on. I don't even think it's the same thing. Alright. Yeah, this is it. So these are the 3 E's. Expand, express, evolve. These are 3 things to help you grow in life. And when you think about expanding, expressing yourself, and evolving, the first step to liberation is naming a box. So this article is about, I'm going to just go and read it out. And it's for every zodiac sign too. I'm big into astrology. So we've all placed ourselves in boxes. Some built by society, others inherited from family, culture, or past versions of ourselves. These boxes show up as limited beliefs, gender roles, timelines for success, and definitions of worth that were never truly yours to begin with. They shrink us, make us perform, and disconnect us from our intuition. But here's the truth. The box is not your home. Your soul was not meant to be contained. It came here to expand, express, and evolve. The first step to liberation is naming a box. And it's the type of stuff I read and I like to share with people because, you know, success, and I'm going to say this every time you see my videos, you might hear it once or twice, but success is 90% mindset and 10% skills. 10% skills that anybody could learn, you know. And it's those boxes we put ourselves in that make us feel inadequate and make us feel like we can't get outside the box to achieve our goals. I was in a box. I placed myself in boxes, and it just took me to step outside the box, being uncomfortable, to unlearn the things that I thought was helpful to me in my growth. I don't know everything, and what you don't know, you just don't know. But you'll never know if you never put yourself in position to learn, to be uncomfortable not knowing things and to relearning things that you thought you knew. This digital marketing box, a lot of people come up to me, they be like, oh, that seems hard. Just living life is hard, but does that mean give up? And a lot of people do give up, and it's unfortunate. My sister gave up on her life. Something I never thought that'd happen. But, I mean, she was here. She did a lot for a lot of people. Like, her life wasn't in vain. And I don't blame her either. Like, she did a lot of shit, and experienced a lot of shit. And it is what it is. It was what it was. And not to compare yourself to my sister or me to her or anybody. It's just like, you got to do what you're here to do. And she definitely left a positive mark in this world, no matter how she left it. And that's why I always bring up her, who she was and who she is, who she helped me become. Like, certain people come in your life and they help you become a better person. Some people come and they make you a worse or whatever, right? But you get to choose to deal with people. Like, I don't fuck with everybody. It don't matter the title of these people is. If you're not moving in the direction of my future, then you're gonna be a part of my past, and it is what it is. It's the same as me with y'all. I'm not in everybody's future, and everybody not bringing me along with their journey. A lot of people don't even want to see me successful. Like, motherfuckers come around, they try to drain me of my resources, drain me of my energy, or they just coming around to see if I'm fucked up like them or if I'm still doing what I'm doing. I mean, just to be nosy, whatever, right? And I like this app because, like, I'm pushing what I got going on. I know a lot of people haters, like a lot of people on here for whatever reasons. They weird. The energy, it is what it is. It's like the funeral book. Everybody on here, they post fights, they post who passed next, and it just got on some old low vibrational stuff. I see what people post, they share and post. It is what it is. Everybody want to get paid off of the internet, but don't nobody want to put the work in. And I understand that, like, it's entertaining. It looks nice, but it's for those who gonna go for it. Anybody can have this situation. But then again, a lot of people like, oh, I want to go viral, I want to get attention, I want to get noticed, but you're not monetized. So you don't capitalize off of the views that you all want. And it's dumb to be running around chasing views when you ain't getting paid for it. It's just my opinion, like when I started this digital marketing, of course, like, probably it'd be nice to have a viral video and then all my sales come from that. But it's like unrealistic. And if it was to happen like that, then I probably would be so high off that ride, and then the next videos probably would do the same or wouldn't do the same, and then I'll come down because I had false expectations. And that'd be the end of my career. It'd be the end of my little run. Just like a lot of these content creators, you see them, they have their runs and they be done because they not genuine to what they got going on. And I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you see a lot of people come and go. Some come and go because of exhaustion. They burn themselves out. Some come and go because they trying to keep going viral. Those they only hold goal, and they chasing that viral moment again. So they doing anything and whatever to get that feeling back. They chasing that high, just like a dope fiend or a drug addict. They gonna do whatever they gotta do to go chase that feeling again, or a sex addict or whatever. I don't know what the fuck people addicted to. I don't care. But I do know addiction is real, and I do know when people do things for the wrong reasons, they end up not lasting long. Anybody could blow up overnight, but not everybody lasts in the game. Not everybody lasts long. Me, I'm doing this for longevity. It's not no viral moment that I want to come and go, and I'm not being able to capitalize in the long run. I don't got shit set up for me to be making money. That's not how I wanted this to go. But I've been learning from people in this industry, and the more people who are successful I come across, I'm gaining more clues. Success leaves clues, and that is a fact. Every person that come across my frequency, come across my path, they dropping clues of success on what I need to do to elevate my game and, be better at what I'm doing. Constantly improving, constantly practicing every day. That's what this is about. You ain't gonna get better overnight. Your videos ain't gonna be A1, your audio, your visuals, everything, your production, your editing. You gotta actually record this, and this is actually creating content, not going on the internet to see what was kind of somewhat popular and repost it and switch it up a little bit. Like, that's post and post. It's not creating content. And the person who started that, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. More than likely, they use AI, got a little attention, they put it out there, let everybody share it, because they're not caring about it. And that's what the world doing nowadays. Y'all thinking they coming up with some creative things, because everybody copying everybody. I mean, let's be honest. Ain't no real creativity, ain't no real for real. It's nothing new under the sun. It's just who's doing it the way that they're doing it. You think you the first motherfucker to do something? No, you're not. You just doing it in the way it hasn't been done. Congratulations to that. Breaking the mold. But I said that to say this, like, everything is for everybody, and not everything is for everybody. I meant to say. But if you want it, you can have it. The world is yours. It just takes a certain mindset. If I want to learn how to play sports, guess what? I can do so. And I could be the best at it. If I want to learn how to play an instrument, I could do so. Only thing stopping me is my dedication and my time, my effort, my energy. I could want to play a guitar for the rest of my life, but I never pick one up. I never learn. I could, watch y'all making money online all day, and if I never make a video, I never put myself in position, I never learn. A lot of people want what I got, but they don't want to put the work in, so therefore they want to just admire from afar and then come around trying to take resources and beg and accidents and that. I don't mind helping people because I need help from time to time too, I'm never too proud to let a motherfucker know I need help. But that don't mean that I'm going to get it. And that don't mean that I'm going to cry about it either, I'm not tripping shit. Self-made, solo member, been doing this shit and still doing this shit. It is what it is, I'm chasing my dreams. I'm not making excuses. I'm not looking for a motherfucking handout. I'm not begging no motherfucker for help, I'm working this shit out, figuring it out. I have a lot of success, a lot of failures, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm steady growing, and that's what I'm after, Working on my legacy. I'm living life. I'm not letting life just pass me by. And I'm not comparing myself to nobody, I'm not in competition with nobody. I don't give a fuck how good you do, how bad you do, or whatever you do, Kudos. I ain't worried about the next person at all. Like, that's not my journey. Not saying I don't care if people do good or bad, but it's not my concern, I don't give a fuck. It's nice to know, yeah, if we could share success together, that's nice as well too. But y'all not sharing my failures with me, The ones who've been here helping me and been supporting, they share my successes. What I give the giveaways is about to show my appreciation to my supporters, And it ain't no secret, like shit. It is what it is. You support me in public, I support you in public. I'm not ashamed to be like, yeah, I fuck with you. I show you love. I'm gonna come let you know I done been across your page or whatever you got going on to let you know I'm showing some support. It ain't always got to be me giving you some money or me giving you advice. It could just be like, oh, yeah, I'm saying, hey, I'm engaging with you. You know what I'm saying? Simple stuff like that. A lot of y'all content creators, that's who I go fuck with. Like, y'all come across my page, I see y'all posting every day. And I respect that. It is what it is. You know, I see your grind. I see your hustle. Some of y'all full-time content creators, some of y'all part-time, but whatever, right? Y'all trying. I see it. I acknowledge it. I let you know. I support what you trying to do. I see your vision, you know. Having vision is important. Not everybody gonna see your vision. Not everybody gonna support it. And not meaning like they gonna pay for your way through. By support, I mean they might talk you out of your vision. That's a lack of support. A motherfucker don't see where you trying to go. And they don't, it ain't for them to see. And they might not be wrong. You know, they just don't see it. They don't have your vision. Therefore, you lack their support. And everything ain't for everybody. Just because God's showing you something, that don't mean go tell the devil, hey, look, this is what God finna do for me. And then be mad when the shit don't work out. A lot of y'all got good intentions, but that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. The road to hell was paved with good intentions, but people were running there. You know, it wasn't meant for people to be there, but you have a choice to go. Just like, you know, I intend the world to be safe, but I ain't doing shit to make it safe, so fuck my intentions, right? And that's how I feel about people. Like, I don't care what you intended to do or what you want to do. Do that shit, you know? Then I respect it more. Like, don't tell me your fucking dreams. I got high hopes for you niggas, but we'll see, you know? I don't give a fuck about what you finna do, what you want to do. Do that shit. And a lot of people, like, they ain't gonna do shit anyway. They just like to sound good. They'll tell you this, tell you that, whatever. Seeking validation, knowing they ain't finna do shit. And that's what a lot of people do too. Like, oh, I just want to see if it sound good. You know, I just want to talk. I want to insert myself in some shit. A lot of people do that to me. They do it to y'all probably, you know. You see me doing this digital marketing shit. You don't fuck with it, whatever. But then later on, you come to me like, hey, I want to do this digital marketing stuff. You see how I'm doing this now? I get the fuck on somewhere. That shit weird, you know. I don't like that type of shit. People do that all the time. Like, get the fuck on somewhere, you know. People be weird as hell. You tell them about that shit, it's a problem. That's what I mean about being accountable too. Like, you know, if you be on some weird shit, get the fuck on or deal with whatever gonna come with that shit, you know, because I don't care. I don't mind telling them motherfuckers, like, I ain't feeling that shit. I don't really talk to a lot of people at all. Like, I don't got the energy to waste for a motherfucker. Like, fuck you, you know. People know what they be doing. I don't got time for the silly shit. I feel like Albert Einstein. I'd rather be alone because motherfuckers' IQ is too damn low. They don't fucking comprehend certain shits of reality, so it makes me look at them like, you know, none to really be talked about. We're strange to each other. You don't see a fucking elephant explaining to a mouse why he an elephant. It just don't make sense. You just don't be around the motherfucking small things to a giant. So that's how I look at people. That's how I look at life. You know, like, if we click, we click. Don't know, you relate to me type shit. If we relate, we relate, you know, and it's easy to see. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, insert yourself in my situation like it's fate or destiny. Like, it's serendipity. Ain't no fucking coincidences with me, you know. And I'm not stupid. I see what be going on. But you can't make somebody do anything. You can show them opportunities after opportunities. But if they want it bad enough, they'll go for it, you know. So I don't be feeling sorry for nobody. Like, motherfuckers got 24 hours in a day to make their dreams come true, and they choose to just let time go by. Life is happening and they're not living it. And they get mad at you for choosing to do different with your time and with your energy. So I be to myself a lot. Like, I like to focus on what I got going on. I ain't worried about the world. You know, the world is a falling place, and majority of the people is being led by a motherfucker just falling right off the cliff. And, you know, there you go. I was just watching this nigga on YouTube, Aaron the Piper, and I just really heard about the guy this year, late last year or whatever. And he was basically saying he a piper, a plumber. But the way they try to pronounce it and make him like R. Kelly, the Pied Piper, Aaron the Piper or whatever. Some old Greek shit, right? his name. It's a Greek mythology, myth, legend, or whatever. The dude, and basically this dude leads children to their death, which is fucking crazy, you know. And he was like, only three, it was like 30, it was a large amount of kids being led to their death by the Pied Piper, who's singing a little flute thing, who grip the kids up and they follow him and he lead them to their death. That's one of the Greek stories or whatever. So out of all those children that died, it was like 3 or 4 that didn't. One of them merely survived because he left his jacket behind and he got left behind when they left. So he didn't fall off the cliff and get led to his death. That's the same way with the world, you know. You see something that sound good, look good. You don't do no type of discernment. You just so anxious to have what they have and you follow them to their death. The devil don't care about a lot of things like, you know, here goes a million, here's this, here's that. The world is his. And what's so funny, people be like, they sold, but really they bought a dream that they can't get a refund from, you know. And they looking stupid as fuck and they want y'all to think that the lifestyle is fun and nice and all this and that, but really they're miserable and they're just trying to trade off their misery to you and get you to follow them to their demise. I don't even know why I brought that up, but it's like you gotta really want something out of life, or you really just gonna be led by the majority of the world. You know, majority rules. And if I haven't said it before, you probably hear me say it multiple times in the future, but the laws in the universe is what I go by. Is universal, you know. Just like gravity. What goes up must come down. The majority rule is universal law, you know. And there's plenty more, but you have to look up stuff. You have to do your own education just because this is what I go by. That don't mean that you have to like it or respect it or even want to be educated on it, you know. The things that interest me is what interests me. Like if you ask me what books I want to read, I'm gonna tell you what I like. And if you don't like what I like, then shit, it is what it is. You know, you get what you like. This is what I'm interested in, this type of information. This is what I live by, you know, it's what makes sense to me. I'm not out here doing dumb shit, trying to make it make sense. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and that I don't do dumb things, because I have. I was just thinking about that earlier today, like, you know, certain females I used to fuck with, waste their time, just, you know, who I was at the time. Wasn't good enough, wasn't on shit, you know, just to be honest with myself. Like, that's what a lot of people don't do. And I just look back, you know, because I'm a growing individual, I'm not having the same mindset day after day, year after year. So when you see me, if you ain't seen me in a while, you hear me talk or we have a conversation and you like, well, this ain't the same nigga. Of course not. I done lived a whole lot more. I done experienced a whole lot more. And I look at life way different. I expect everybody to do the same, you know. You meet me as a baby. You see me 20 years later, you want to see me still as that baby. And vice versa too, you know. You see motherfucker like, hey, I seen you at this point in time in your life and come back around you instead of trying to get to know who you are in this moment. I remember this, remember that. Okay, that was nice, but now we fucking had experiences and we grew up, you know. Do you want to get to know who I am now, or do you want to continuously hold on to what you think you know about me? And that's with the world too, you know, people change. People want to hold on to what they thought you was, to what version of you that they comfortable with. If you uncomfortable with my growth and you just like to look from afar, then keep doing that, you know. But I don't have room for people like that or time. And those the people that I don't really like and I don't fuck with. Like, you know, I'm growing, I'm trying, I'm doing my best. I'm working on me. People don't like it, oh well, whatever, right? But don't be trying to not fuck with me in public, but coming in private, begging for my attention, begging for my resources. Because people do that shit, you know. Everybody be busy. I ain't saying, oh, come look at all my content, come like everything or whatever. Like, I know who support a motherfucker and I know who don't. Just put it like that, you know. And a lot of people like to insert themselves in a way just to be like, yeah, I want to see them fall off. And that's what it be, you know. I mean, what else could it be? Like, I ain't gonna put no names out there. People know who they is and they know what they do. Like, you lame as fuck. Like, you know what you is. You know what you do, you know. Then people, they want to play victim and shit. Like, you know. One thing about that, like, you get to playing victim, you're gonna be a victim. Where your mind goes, energy goes, and attention goes as well. And the universe make damn sure you experience what you focus on. Energy manifests into real matter. That's why I say a lot of shit don't matter. I don't manifest it into a physical matter. Like, you know, it might be a physical problem for you, but it don't exist to me. You gotta be careful too who you let burden you with their problems. They come dump the load off of you and then be cool. Go get into some more bullshit and dump that off on somebody else. And people do that. It's a thrill for them that they get a kick out of that, you know. They're called toxic people. I used to be one, that's how I know. And I could still be one, but I choose different. I used to send motherfuckers to their death just because I know how, and people so fucking dumb to follow. It's fun to me. I used to get a kick off violence. Still do from time to time. But it's like, you know, if I ain't gaining enough from it, fuck it. But it is a time for it. You know, it's a time for everything. And I'm one of them type of people, like, I don't mind. I don't mind flipping out. I don't mind being nice. I don't mind when it's my time. I've learned that, you know, can't be comfortable being nice all the time. Can't be comfortable being mean all the time. You gotta balance it out. But you can't be not being what you need to be. Like, if I was made in God's image, that means I am. I am who I need to be when I need to be. And it is what it is, you know. I'm not gonna bend over backwards for a motherfucker. I'm not gonna be disrespected. I'm not gonna let a motherfucker play with me. I'm not gonna tolerate certain shit. And if you don't wanna deal with a person like who I don't like to be, then don't pull that side out of me. You know, you won't get that. And that comes to go like what I was telling one of my homeboys, like niggas in the streets, right? You know, it's gonna turn you to a certain type of person. If you don't want to be turned into that person, then you don't need to be in the streets because they will eat you up. And it was just like I noticed myself changing to a person I didn't want to be, but I had to be at the time. This nigga owed me some money. And one thing I learned too, like I could be nice. It don't matter, you know. Nobody gonna change who I am, but ain't nobody gonna test who I am either. Like, you know, I'm nice for a reason. And if I want to be nice, I could be nice, you know. And if you take advantage of me being nice, that's you fucking up, you know. That don't mean I want to do something to you. That don't mean that I am gonna do something to you. It's just, hey, you fucked up with me. And I'm real strategic. Like sometimes I might want to do something to you, or sometimes I might not. And if I want to do something to you, I might not do something right away. It might be a while. But nevertheless, like this particular person, they made me feel away. You tell me one thing, now it's something different. Now, you know, I can't trust you. Your word ain't bond. I try to be a man of my word because it's all I got in this world. And my word is pretty bond. Unless somebody forcing my word on me, like if I say some shit, like you give me a choice, you give me an option, I make a decision, right? But now my decision ain't good enough because you insisting you want to do something different. Now my word ain't bond because you made it not bond. Like you be like, hey, I'll give you an example. Okay, let me do it this way. I tell you, right, like, hey, I'm finna go grab you something from the store. I give you an option, you make a decision. You decide you want the first thing, but I'm like, are you sure? They don't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I'm trying to insist that I get you the second option. Now I just took away your free will because of some shit that I imposed on you. And people do that too, you know. Trying to make it like your word ain't bond. Like I told you I was good on this, but you insist, okay, whatever, right? Fuck it. What is we discussing? And that shit be irritating too. Like, man, whatever, dog. If you're gonna do some shit, do it. Like, if you want to do some shit for me too, on top of that, like, Just do what I ask. Like, I'm a simple guy. Like, I like simple shit. But when you overcomplicate it, like, now you fucking pissing me off, and what you trying to do ain't genuine to me. I don't want to be bothered with your ass. I don't want to be involved type shit. Like, and it is what it is. Like, I like my peace, you know. But I said that to say this, like, you just gotta have discernment with people, man. People will try to push you in there, try to cause a reaction because people lame as fuck and they do that, you know. But it's like, what am I getting from that? Like, I ignore a motherfucker. Like, I'm God body, right? Do God sit here and argue with a motherfucker or play with a motherfucker? Like, nah. It's too much shit to be doing and going on, you know. And not to say I don't have a sense of humor, but life too short to be small time and with my time, if you feel me, you know. Not saying that everything gonna happen right away, but you gotta be working towards that shit or else it ain't gonna be nothing. And people don't like to see you winning. They don't like to see you actively working on yourself. It might not be much to you, but to everybody else, it's a whole thing, you know. You might take one day out of the week to cut your hair, to groom yourself. A motherfucker want to be like, oh, this person think they all that, but you just take one little step to better yourself. One little step that the next person ain't gonna do. And it ain't even nothing personal. It's just a motherfucker mad because you spend your time different. Just like I spend my time different. I spend my money different. A lot of motherfuckers want a business, but you ain't gonna ever buy one. I mean, hey, it's how you spend your money. It ain't no different than how I spend mine. It's not no fucking luck, you know what I'm saying? And the success that comes with this company is because what I'm working, it ain't shit just fall on my lap. But these opportunities what come with this shit though, you know? I don't know what come with not doing other things because I'm not looking for those experiences. It's your choice. You get to choose what you want to experience. People want to give you experiences because they ain't dealing with their own shit. I don't like that. Like, you ain't finna give me no experience. All day, every day, people come to me with all type of shit. Like, but it goes in this ear and out that ear. Cause for what? You know, why would I be concerned with some shit that ain't aligning with my future? You a chef, I'm a hooper. What the fuck is you telling me about basketball? And what the fuck am I telling you about an oven? You know, like, come on, dog. We ain't got no business around each other. We got different career paths. And that's just all I'm saying. Is like, what y'all do is what y'all do. How you go get it is how you get it, you know? But as far as an entrepreneur, like, it ain't no clear path to none of this shit. A lot of people want to see what you make and how much you made, all this and that. A lot of motherfuckers only want to come around when you successful. They want to talk about you when you on your way up. They want to laugh when they think you failing, and they want to watch when they think you ain't winning. But it's funny though, you know, like what God got for me is for me, and my journey is my journey. My story is for those who need to hear my story. You know, it's my vision. God gave His vision to me. And the video that I showed earlier is like not just my vision. My vision is a part of a collective vision. For me being a business owner, for my customer to be, my company is going to be for my perfect customer who had a vision of buying from me and my company, you know? Just like you got a dream of buying some Nike shoes. The motherfucking Nike boy had to make the Nikes. That was his vision. And now your vision is to get his product, you know? It works like that. Just long story short, like, you know, people like vision. Oh, I don't got a vision, or you got a vision, and it's just your vision. No, it's a collective thing. You unique to this world, some form of fashion. Somebody want and somebody need what you got to offer. I'm not saying like the leeches, you know, it's a lot of parasites. Everybody always wants something from somebody, whether it be a time, affection, or resources, whatever. But what I'm saying is like somebody need what you have as far as to elevate them to be an even exchange, you know. You might have a desire in your heart to teach. And there's somebody with a desire in their heart to learn from your style of teaching. That's all I'm saying. And it goes with so many other things. You might be an artist. You might be a salon. What they call that shit? A hairstylist. It's a different word for cosmetology. Somebody waiting on your hairstyle. I know a lot of y'all waiting on me to reply for y'all begging and shit. Like, man, you gonna be waiting on that? Wait on it. Fuck on somewhere. People be funny though, you know. It is what it is. So I put my heart out there. The dude Aaron was like, "Shit, you be a good guy. You be a good guy." And his opportunities came from him being a good guy. You know, he had some hard days. But I brought him up because when your time come, your time come. I just listened to his story. It seemed like his success came overnight, but that seemed like that with everybody until you figure out their story. And like I said, like a lot of people knew him before his fame came, but a lot of people didn't, like me. And for those who did know him, he's a different person now. And they come trying to act like they know him. You got to get to know him again. He said he's standing for righteousness. He's going to keep standing 10 toes down. Nah, I agree with him wholeheartedly. You know, you do nice things. It might be unrewarded, but all that shit add up into your grand moment. Just like the last nice thing he did was to stand up for a guy being bullied. And that guy was a somebody. He was nobody to the people that was bullying him. But that guy put him in position to be on that 20 verse 1, the balloon popping shit. And that's how he got his big break. From being the only one who willing to be courageous and do the righteous thing. And that righteous act led him to having favor. And that favor led him to having financial stability. And all that came from him having a vision and following that vision and being pure in his heart, knowing that he's going to do the right thing no matter what, you know, no matter if he do it by himself or if he have a team to help him do it. It's just about being accountable to who you are. He's a righteous person in his own perspective, in his own way. And I'm not here to judge the man. You know, everybody living in our reality. His reality ain't my reality. Mine ain't his. So I can't say what he think is right or wrong. But what I do know is God blesses the righteous. Favor follows the bold. So when you bold enough to take action and live your dreams, you'll see how favor comes on you. How you end up being in the right places. How you have favor amongst people. How shit just work out how it's supposed to. Even with this digital marketing, like I ain't know this was gonna ever come to me like this. I ain't know I had this opportunity. I didn't know, like, you know, that none of this shit would be what it is. That the people I be meeting, I didn't know, like, my dreams would come true this way. But I never doubted it, and I never, like, doubt myself. I never just, like, gave up on the journey. Last year, people was like, oh, you went viral yet? Or my first year in business, how much money you made? All a lot of shit, like, basically doubt, like, you know. But that didn't put any doubt in my heart. It didn't make me like, I want to prove to y'all this, that. Like, no, you know. My journey, my business, and it's not your fucking business, you know. It's not your journey. So however God bless me, however God sees to shine light or take light away from what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, that's my experience, you know. I could share it with you. You could be a part of it, or you could continuously watch and dictate what you think is supposed to be. But one thing I don't do is give a fuck about what people think, where I should be or how I should be, who I am, you know. There's only one me, and there can only be one me. And I'm going to be the best me that I can be, you know. And that's all that I can do. Like, I'm trying to be the best I can for me. I just said, like, I ain't the same guy I was last year. I don't even know that guy. I got to get to learn myself again because the mindset that I had and allowed me to evolve to where I need to be and so forth and so forth. I got to continuously unlearn things that's holding me back. That's why all this stuff I share is a major part of who I am because it's little pieces of me. It's little stuff that help me be who I am. Like the article I just read was pretty dope, pretty deep. Ain't nothing about me shallow, you know what I'm saying? Every time I talk to how I feel, I ain't faking shit. It is what it is, I'm not ashamed to speak on how I feel. I'm not always happy. I'm not always mad. I'm not always easy to get along with. I'm not always difficult either, though. But it's like, I fluctuate how I feel throughout the day, and it is what it is. Like, no motherfucker gonna make me feel away because I feel how I feel or I express myself. Nobody to tell me my dreams ain't valid and my efforts ain't bold. And I'm not focused on what everybody doing. That's their path. You choose to do as you please. You get to have your own experiences. Not everybody want to have a positive experience. Not everybody meant to be a boss. Some of y'all meant to work for a motherfucker. You do that good. Nothing wrong with that at all. Everybody has their part. Not everybody can play the same position. That's what I had to learn in life too. Like, I can't be telling boss dreams to a fucking worker. You will never see how I see it. I can't be telling a motherfucker who don't got vision about vision. That's stupid on my part. This motherfucker can't see past go. They need instructions. It is what it is. It just goes to show like everything ain't for everybody. Some dreams and goals you gotta just work on to yourself and until your crew come, until your crowd come. Like with this digital marketing, like it is what it is. Like I started this shit and here come different people, here come different opportunities, and it's steady coming because I'm steady going. I started and I ain't stopped. Of course, I got moments where I took a break, and I'm human too. Like I'm dealing with grief. I done lost a couple family members just since last August, and that's really like when I started. Like I had other shit going on, but I dropped it systematically because I got shit going on. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm handling my business how I see fit. Plus, I'm learning a new skill. So like shit, it takes time to learn. Also implement what I'm learning. I just sit back learning shit. I'm doing what I'm learning, and that coming out perfect because I'm practicing, and that's what's been going on. And then plus I'm trying to grieve. Like I feel a way about losing my cousin. I feel a way about losing my homegirl. I feel a way about that shit. Like it is what it is. I try to stay busy, not to think about it, but I'm human. Like that only could work for so long, and that's what was going on last year. On top of people hating, people coming from my money and shit, the government, different entities when you're dealing with business, different motherfuckers want to try to sue, different individuals want to beg, and all type of shit. But I wasn't complaining. You never know. It is what it is, it's what comes with this shit. I didn't know, but now I know, I know how to maneuver through this shit, You gotta learn how. I needed help with my credit. That shit took a whole little weird loop. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of shit. Like I wasn't out here just like making mistakes. I was out here asking for help, trying to get in position. A lot of people was getting in my mix and not really making this shit make sense, And a lot of people was like following me, a lot of fake ass supporters, like all type of shit. Like I had to learn discernment. Just because I got a lot of followers, a lot of views, that don't mean everybody watching and everybody following got my best intentions. Some motherfuckers was coming around for some other shit, and some people was coming around for some other shit. And it was what it was, when I started noticing it, I had to clear it up. I had to let some stuff go, but a lot of people wouldn't care about that stuff. I care about my image. I care about the energy I put out and the energy that I receive. And a lot of energy that was coming my way wasn't fit for me and my peoples. Like I created a safe space to talk about how people feel, and people wanted to come around and try to clown. They wanted to come troll, It is what it is, but I had to make sure that my space is safe and they ain't got all that shit going on like it was at first. A lot of people just trolling. That didn't stop me from doing what I do though. Like they troll whatever, right? I don't get it as much, but I still do. But you gotta learn how to deal with their ass, you know. You could block so many people. You could do whatever, but you can't stop people from being who they is. You're a troll, you're a troll. You know, I need you in life. You balance it out. I like to be on YouTube because it don't be that many trolls. Like people, they seem like they troll, but they just speak with passion. They don't know. They asking questions, and sometimes the questions come off a little slow, like but people don't know they don't know. You got to be patient with people and just be graceful with them. Like some people trolling and some people really just want to know. So I be patient with them, but I'm not tolerating no ignorant. I don't deal with it. Like if you know better, do better, because I'll be the one that fuck up your reality, Joe, for real. And it ain't no threat. It just is what it is. Like I don't play that shit, Joe. You carry your ass on somewhere, or you gonna have a worse day than what you thought. And it ain't no threat or nothing like that. It's just I work with real power, and that's what it is. Like get right or get left, because I don't stand with that shit. I don't tolerate it. And the universe makes sure it don't be around me too long. Whether you do something to yourself to get you out my way or whatever. That's why I always say make sure that you got a spiritual lifestyle, because these spirits will get on your ass. And I don't have to do nothing to you. It's just the universe. I say that a lot because I really believe so. Whether you believe in Jesus or whoever the fuck. However you tap into that spiritual world, you need to know. That's why I be like, I don't care about what you believe, man. I know for a fact this shit is real and how to tap in. And it is what it is. I don't run around in fear at all. But it's just certain vibes that I like to keep. I like to stick with. That's why some people go to meditate, because the world can be enough. It could be too much sometimes. A lot of negative going around. That's why I be on here and I be off of here. Like it's a lot of negative going around. People love it. I'm not with it. I choose not to. I get my fair share of it. I ain't gonna lie. But that's because it's forced. And it's just because it's forcing me to be balanced to deal with that shit. So when it's coming, I'm aware. I'm alert. And I'm not gonna satisfy y'all to give y'all the reaction you looking for, because you fucking miserable. You see what type of shit I spend my time on doing? Like I'm reading this. Like who the fuck up reading at this time of day? Who the fuck up here making videos or working on themselves? Like who? Who even getting out education? Like who putting a motherfucker up to some higher frequencies so that you could reach higher heights, have new experiences that's positive in life. I know motherfucker uplift me at all. Every motherfucker wanna come phony kick it with me. I had a few. I ain't gonna sit here and act like don't. It ain't none at all, because that's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. But it's only a few. I really, really fuck with a nigga. Want to see how a nigga doing. Want to see a nigga win. But they don't have me sitting around crying and pouting like fuck it. I'm doing what I gotta do for me. I don't care how long this shit take. If I die doing this, so what? My legacy would be like, this nigga did his shit, y'all. And all the shit that I done gave out, all the shit that I done leave behind. I got so much material shit, y'all. It don't make no sense. I don't be tripping about nothing. I done had it all. I feel like in my previous lifestyle, I was a king just giving out shit because I was gonna die and I had too much shit. Not enough to fit in my casket, not enough to fit in my cribs, not enough to fit on the land that I fucking inherited. The welding is like, this shit don't excite me, fancy cars and clothes and shit like that. Like I got nice taste, but do I care to be running around and having to? No, I don't. I have a t-shirt, some jeans, and these sandals on my feet. I'm good. As long as my shit clean, that's all I care about. I'm not on here overindulging in food and like fuck that shit. I don't even know what they feed niggas nowadays. I don't know what the fuck in that shit. I don't trust it. But I be good. God keep me full and sustained. Like I don't need all that shit. So what I'm doing is focusing on education. Like I'm learning shit that's helping me out. I fucking learned how to paint this last year. Learned Spanish, like in the past 3 years. I'm still learning Bengal. Just learned that last year. The language itself, being open to new experiences. India, much love, peace and blessings. So like just being around like-minded people and these pushing my goals, is opening doors, and it's aligning me with these people that I'm rubbing shoulders with, opportunities that I'm sharing. My mouth was like, my camera a little slow. Like I done had all type of shit, even this little raggedy ass phone I got now, it's a downgrade from what I just had and what I've been having. But am I tripping? Am I stop creating content? Nah. Ain't nothing gonna stop me but me. And what I just read earlier, like these boxes I put myself in. A lot of niggas want to come around me on some black man shit. Like, nigga, fuck you. Only black man I care about is the one that's in his skin. Like, I don't do that shit like in the box where I'm all black and all this and that. Like, I love white people. I love Mexicans. I love all color people. But one thing I'm not is no nigga that's on some old black man shit. Like, nah. I'm not one of them niggas. I don't even consider myself black. Like, I'm a man, an intelligent man on top of that. And that's just what it is. You can look at me, black, white, whatever the fuck. But I'm not in that box that y'all niggas put yourself in. Because people don't even stick together. You're an ignorant nigga, you ignorant. And I don't fuck with you. If you're an intelligent nigga, you intelligent. And I want to build with you, And that goes if you're a white guy, a black guy, a Mexican guy, whatever, Put yourself in that box and y'all miss out on the real blessings in life. So busy trying to be so pro-black, so pro-white, whatever the fuck, right? That the person right next to you are opposite color, that they could give you the opportunity to change your life, but you see them as a color, so you missed the opportunity. A lot of y'all in these religious boxes, you so high and mighty that you don't even know what the fuck going on in the world, So blind to the facts. You pro-Judaism, you pro-Islam, you pro-Christian, whatever the fuck you is, You don't even know how to be a human being to the next human next to you. It was just fucking crazy. You're so spiritual till you don't know how to be a human. And then you get into these spiritual battles where you don't even have no spiritual balance. Don't be so spiritual out here to where you lose yourself spiritually and you be out here spiritually lost. All this new age spirituality will fuck y'all up if you don't know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I call myself mad at God, like whatever, dog. But I know God though, And I was like, I don't want to deal with you, whatever. And it was just because I was mad. And I was like, I could live life without God. And I just felt that way. It was like the devil was in my soul. Like anything anybody said about God, I just stroked my teeth. Like it didn't sit right with me at all. It's like it's my op. And the little spiritual battles I had was like, okay, this ain't really what I want. It ain't what I want, God. But, I ain't really too happy with you. And I talked to God like that, like one of the guys, shit. That's the type of relationship I have with my God. And it was like, man, I understand, but, that's when he taught me about control. It was the hardest lesson ever. It was about letting go. And just like, I don't have control over everything. And that was the hardest lesson ever to learn amongst other ones. But it was just like fucking... It was a forced lesson in my life. That's all I say. I don't regret it, but the way it was presented to me, it was like, it was an eye-opener. And I talked to God about it. I was like, I'm learning what I need to learn. And I kind of like getting close to you. But what I really need to know is like, what would turn me away from you? Like I like having a relationship with you, and it's like with any person. Like you like a female, you like a man or whatever. You fall in love with this person. You really infatuated with them. You want to be with them. You want to grow with them. Whatever, right? So I'm like, that's how I was starting to get with God. I was like, wow, I'm starting to learn things. I'm starting to figure out who I am. You know, I started having a real spiritual experience, like really, really. Besides a religious experience, it's totally different than a spiritual one. You know, when God speaks, and you'll be able to hear. But if you don't know God, you won't hear God, and you just won't hear Him. You won't know Him. So that's why you got to know God for yourself. Don't just believe in a God. Get to know Him. And so he was like, because man, I know how God speaks to me through dreams, through songs, through whatever the fuck. If I'm willing to listen, and it be different ways, and I just know it's God, you know, without a doubt. So he was like, "You're addicted to weed, and it's gonna be a battle." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, right?" To my surprise, like she was, God knows me more than I know myself, and it's scary, surprising. Like it's amazing, but he know and he showed me, and I wasn't ready for the answer. But not only that, he'll give it to you so raw and so real. He was like, I'm gonna lead you to a land of milk and honey, woo woo woo, you gonna turn your back, woo woo woo. And I kinda got mad. But I was like, well, if this what I'm gonna do, then you already know, then, you know. And that's the thing too, like you might want to know the future, but you'll do everything you can to try to stop it, but all you doing is pushing your way for it to happen even sooner. So that's what it kind of was, like, you know. And I learned that too, like sometimes it's cool just not knowing stuff. It's cool waiting. I'm learning patience. Like I'm still learning patience. I'm not the most patient guy. But I don't take from a female. I don't take from a child. It's just as far as like me enduring my struggles is what I mean. Being patient. I got patience when it comes to other things. So don't take my words out of content because people do that too. You'll take a little piece of this video like, oh, he said this. And you hear me saying it, but know what I said before that and afterwards. So it was like, I'm going to lead you there. You're going to turn your back. And that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Well, I ain't going to say I'm doing it, but, you know, like, I never stopped smoking. That's for a fact. And he was like, that's going to be a big thing. And, basically, it was just about, like, my downfalls, like my weaknesses. It was all revealed to me right then and there. But, you know, if I ever want to be free, I know what I need to do. But as far as like me being sustained, having what I need, and seeing my dreams come true, man, it's just unbelievable. Like the process. Of course, I want it to be faster. I want to be what I want to be, where I want to be, right? But I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And I'm taking my time. This is what it looked like. So yeah, people was like, when I started this digital marketing, they was like, why you ain't go viral, or like, what is you doing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They worried about my process, worried about my progress. Then a lot of people hop on it. Oh, I'm doing better than you. I'm doing this, doing that. Okay, that's fine. But you don't know my journey. You don't know what I'm doing with what I'm doing, you know. You don't have my vision. So for you to be trying to compete and be like, oh, I'm doing better than you, like, that's fine. But doing better how? Doing better what? Like, what are you doing, you know? I don't know. I don't know what your goals is. Like, did you reach your goal, you know? Was your goal just to boost your ego or what? I don't know, man. I don't engage in that type of shit. Like, you know, Then people they hear me, they be like, oh, so and so told me they doing something like what you was doing. Well, you heard it from me first. If you was listening, you know. What they was telling you would have made more sense if you would have paid attention. Now, low key, what they be trying to do is get me to get them the game for free. Like, oh, so and so told me this. What you can tell me? I can't tell you shit. But what I told you the first time, you know, it is what it is. Like, I don't work for free. And that's why a lot of people be mad. Like, they running around here working for free. You in everybody business. You're telling everything. You're doing everything. You ain't getting shit from it all. But a fucking thrill, you know, of being a nosy. Knowing somebody else's business and, like, you know, just spending time running around being a waste man or a waste girl. Like, you wasting your fucking time, B. You wasting your energy. And then when reality hit, it dawned on you like, oh, I should be spending time evolving. I should be spending time making money. I should be spending time putting myself in position. Time wastes on nobody. And once you realize how much time you wasted, because people waste a lot of time. You run around busy all day and not really accumulating shit. You know, a lot of people be busy being unproductive. Just because you're doing a lot all day doesn't mean you're accumulating a lot at all, you know. How much knowledge did you learn today? How much wealth did you gain? It's like, come on, dog, what is you living for, you know? And to be sitting there trying to compete with somebody else is a waste of time and energy. Why be somebody else when that person's already them? Even twins not totally the same. You might have two different career paths. Even if they doing the same career, both of them ain't gonna do it the exact same way, you know? Like the Olsen twins. They both act, but one's better than the other. One does different roles than the other. You know, you could tell them apart. It's basically all I'm saying. If you couldn't, then it'd be contradiction of what I'm saying. Like, everybody is the same, which they're not. Even twins not. It's basically everybody got something special to bring to the table. Even if you look like the next motherfucker, if you sound like them, walking, all of that, you know, it's something special about you. And once you start valuing yourself, appreciating yourself, you'll see the value. Excuse me. But I'm just on here to talk my shit because I'm gaining momentum, practicing my craft, putting this shit on YouTube. I'm really trying to grow my YouTube. I'm kind of anxious about that. I don't know how long it might take. I said this year I was going to do it. And shit, it take a lot of work. I really just show my appreciation to everybody who be making content, especially the YouTubers. Cause shit, man, it take a lot of work, dog. Like, shit, you gotta learn your craft. Like, I'm learning the platform. It's pretty cool. I like it. And that's why I'm making these videos, talking about shit. Like, people think like, oh, ain't nobody watch your video. It don't matter, B. What I'm doing is filling up my catalog because that's important. I'm practicing my craft because that's important. Eventually get better the more you do it. And what I'm learning is how to use my analytics. Not my analytics, but yeah, that's what I meant. I'm learning how to put this stuff together. I'm learning what to do and what not to do. And then, of course, overall, because this is a hidden goal of mine, but to do motivational speeches. And if people look at these as motivational and they like it, and they can start booking me, and I'll just play these videos or do what I'm doing, you know. I'm not at that point yet, but I intend to be. And just for future references, I need 10,000 man, 10,000 to meet a walkthrough. I'll do a walkthrough for 5,000 and sign some autographs. But if you want me to to speak, I need 10,000. And that's just starting off, you know, shit gonna go up. And then we could do deals, you know, you could give me 5,000 up front, then you pay me 2,000 a month for 6 months. Because if you can't do it all up front, then I need a little extra fee, you feel me? Like, my time is to be compensated, not to be fucking played with. But that day gonna come, you know. I'm practicing. I'm learning, getting experience, especially on the business side. You know, I'm getting a little more savvy with the contracts and the negotiations. And I'm accumulating knowledge. Something that nobody could ever take from me, you know. High income earning skills. Anybody could go learn how to sell some drugs. Anybody could go learn how to work somebody else's business, you know, and be there for however long they gonna let you be there. The longest job I could have had was at City Trends and the YMCA. And the only reason I say City Trends first is because I had an offer at Walmart. They were supposed to pay more. And they did me so bogus. They did the interview, all this and that shit. Gave me a start date. And I never got to start. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened with that shit. But long story short, I ended up working at the YMCA. And I liked it. It was decent till my sister passed. And then I didn't go back to work for a while. And this one day I was laying on the ground. I don't know if you ever felt this before, but I just felt like the floor opened up. Like, you know, like hell just opened up. And I just felt like my body was sinking in the ground. I just felt like I was gonna be. It just was weird, like the movie Get Out. When he fell down like that, I felt like that. But it was like I could feel what was behind me, and it just felt like a whole bunch of people was like pulling me down into the ground, kind of like it was weird. But at the same time, like I'm full of rage, like you know what I'm saying, like the Hulk, full of rage, and I felt the devil pulling me down. Like, man, we finna use you, dog. You got that rage. I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying, with that or whatever. So the only thing I could think of was just getting up off the ground. Like, let me get up because it's kind of weird and it's real strong, this feeling. So I get up, I go outside, and just thought about that. Like, what the fuck was that experience? You know, it was weird. And I see my sister in the clouds, and she like, you need to let that shit go. Oh, yeah, all right, whatever, right? So the next day, I ain't feel a rage as I did the previous day, but it came, and it was like, fuck him up. So that was how I got my rocks off. Like, you know, first person, hit him up. I let the devil use me a lot of times, you know, but this time it was like God's calling, God's doing, because I had a dream the day before that. Like I told y'all, God talked to me in dreams, and I know when God talked to me. So if y'all don't know what a $150 is, I had that, right? It's a hat with a watch on it, little Chicago thing. And I don't know where all my shit at now. Like I told you, I had a lot of shit, you know. People might value it now, but I done had all this shit. Anyway, my hat fall, the fucking watch break. And then matter of fact, that happened second. The first, what happened before that, I was in blue in the line for the niggas. And it was just like, damn, I know what that means. Like I was in jail, you know, like county blues. I was like, damn. And that was on my mind that morning. So that really what kicked it off. Like, damn, why I had this dream. So it pissed me off. And from there to goes the amplified feeling I felt, the rage. With that little spark, it was enough to set me off. But it was God calling, like, I need to speak to you. I need to deal with you. I need you. And he kept me safe through it all. Like, it was a long journey, but it was my destiny. It was like order steps. And I met three guys from the Bible there too. Daniel, Timothy, and Thomas, I think. Excuse me. 3 different guys who just gave me some spiritual clarity. Like, I felt their presence. Like, if you in the house by yourself and the TV turn on, kind of like the staticky feeling, the energy. I felt their energy like that. Like, there's a lot of people around, but like this one guy, I just felt his energy like so strong, like God body. His spirit was like, related to mine. I felt it. There's only certain people like that in the world too I come across. That's godly, like that God feeling. You just know that this is God sent or whatever. And I had different experiences too, like with people on a different type of time, like the demon time or whatever. This dude walked up on me one time in the middle of the night downtown. I'm selling weed or whatever. I'm on my way back to go where I'm finna go with the shit. Then before I could get there, this old white man, and I don't got no problem with white people, but I had to say what his color is like so you could get an example of what he looked like or whatever. And not all white men like this, but this one in particular had something going on. So he stopped me. He trying to hand me something. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm black. I'm walking downtown. It already looked funny, dog. I ain't finna accept nothing from no white man downtown at night. First thing I'm thinking, he might try to holler, say I'm robbing him or whatever. Like, I ain't got time for no extra shit, and I ain't finna open the door for no bullshit. So I'm walking past, he hop up out the cut like, I'm straight. I'm trying to push him off, keep moving. Then he like hop in front of my face and shit, like trying to stop me, like, you know what I'm saying? I said, no, I'm stopped. I'm like, what the fuck, right? I'm not turned up or nothing. I'm just like, I don't want to beat this man ass because I'm downtown and it's like late at night and there's a few white folks around. Like, it don't look right. That's all I'm thinking. Like, if I cut up on this nigga, I'm going to go to jail. And from the way he was acting, it's like that's what he wanted me to do. So I'm steady denying, like, I don't want that shit you got, whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't want it. I don't care. I ain't got time, folks. Like, I'm on the move. And then he had the nerve to be like, you know who I am? Look at me in my eyes and shit. He's like, you know who I am? So I look him in his eyes. And I'm like, now you finna piss me off. And his eyes was like red or whatever, like shiny red. He was like, you know who I am? So I'm looking in his eyes like, what? Then he was like, I'm God. He was like, you gonna remember this face when I see you to hell. Then I look, I'm like, what? Because I felt instantly disrespect. Like, I'm finna punch the fuck out this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? God or not, like, if you is God, I feel disrespected. Disrespected enough to beat your ass. Like, now we finna see what you about, nigga. Especially in the flesh talking shit to me like that. So I look him in his eyes, and if looks could kill, I was looking at him like, boy, I'll really do something to your ass right now. And I just shook my head like, yup, you better make sure you good on that promise, because when I see you again, it ain't gonna be peace, my nigga. And then he's looking out mad and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was scared, because I was standing looking at him like, dude, you playing with the right one tonight. And then seeing I was looking like, because you really pissed me off. I was kind of scared at first, but then it clicked. Like, I'm not scared. I'm disrespected. I'm pissed off now. Like, you said what? Like, I heard what you said. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But then I thought about it like, wait, what? I know I ain't just hear what I thought I heard. So I'm like, all right, okay, yeah. I know exactly what this is. You on some old cool racist shit. And if I stomp your brains out, I'd be wrong, right? Because you this type of reaction you want to see what type of evil in me to match yours or whatever. And I was like, it took everything in me and my power not to hit him because my hand was clutched. Then I'm looking at him like, yeah, you one of them ones. But I was like, that's crazy, you know, like I ain't never had no experience like that. I done had some racist experiences before. That don't make me a racist, like, you know, whatever, right? But that I felt was racist. Like this nigga, he think he got the power to send me anywhere, and I'll kill this man right now. Go dumb on his ass, he don't even know it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna be going back and forth with this nigga, cause I don't do that shit, boy. I talk with these hands. I talk with my actions, really. Before I tell you what I do to you, to be done to your ass, you know. And I ain't really like the type of person to be like, oh, I'm finna do this, do rah, rah, rah shit. I've been done something to your ass so quick, you'll be wondering what happened. But I don't like violence, you know, only if necessary. But it was just one of them times I was like, I'm growing, you know, because the old me would have, I don't know what I would have did to the man. But I knew when I lost my sister and I had that rage, I ain't no telling what I would have did to anybody. I just thank God that I didn't really hurt nobody the way that I did, you know, and God kept me. Because ain't no telling what I would have did to do when I was younger at the time. I would have really fucked him up. And it was like, man, whatever, dog. You know, you got to pick your battles. Like, we at war. It's a spiritual war. Not every battle is meant for me to fight, you know. I give my battles to God. And some battles he let me fight myself, which is cool. And it's like, yet and still, you got to know which battles to pick and choose, because we battle not against men, not against flesh, but spirits and principalities. And the spirit that was in that man almost got his flesh took out his body. It's like, you know, we get to choose who we want to entertain too. Like some of y'all entertain this demon time, and I pray for y'all. You know, it ain't safe. I don't like to entertain that shit. I don't like to be in certain situations or like, you know, uncertain on how I might react to a motherfucker ignorance. You know, that's why I don't like to be around like a lot of people like that, or dealing with a lot of people, because everything, like, my sense of humor ain't your sense of humor, you know, and it's a sense. I might not feel what you feel is funny, you know. I might spaz out on some funny shit, the same as you might, you know. I don't know. So like, I be careful how I deal with people, and I be careful how I let people deal with me, because you set boundaries, you set the standards of how a motherfucker deal with you, right? And if you let people play with you, who's to say, like, you know, they know when to stop, or they know when is enough. I don't even like to open that door, to be honest. Like, don't fucking play with me, dog. Because I ain't the nigga to play with. And if I don't run around playing with you, definitely don't come doing that shit to me, because it ain't going to end how you think it's going to end. And the only motherfucker going to be laughing at the end is me. But yeah, people like to do that shit, though. Like, I don't know what be up. But, you know, I just look at them like, yeah, it's an opportunity for me to grow. It's an opportunity for me to learn. An opportunity for me to allow God to do his thing, you know. But that devil in him didn't want no action, because, like, if he was about something, he would have tried to do something. I stared at the nigga face like, dog, the shit you talking finna get you fucked up. And he walked off. But I thought about that the whole night, like, that was weird. You know, I ain't never had no experience like that. And I'm like, I wish I see do it again. But I was like, if when I do die and I see him, I'm beating his ass. If you God or not, like, nigga, we into it. Don't nigga disrespect me, God or not. Like, nigga, the shit you said was out your body. And I felt the type of way about it, you know. Like, whatever, dog. Don't come at me like, you know me, dog, because you don't. And I was like, if you was God, you would know that you just pissed me off. And God don't provoke me, you know. Sounds like that ain't nothing but the devil. And I was like, that ain't nothing but a motherfucker who ain't got their mind right. You outside the middle of the night trying to hand off stuff. And just because I'm a male don't mean you can't get kidnapped either. Like, I don't know what that man was on. An older white man at that. Most of them niggas gay anyway. And I don't got no problem with gay people. It's just y'all weird. And I mean, it is what it is, you know, like shit crazy, dog. God say to be fruitful. How the fuck you gonna be fruitful in you know, reproductive way, but whatever, right? And that was like before like everybody was coming out the closet on some old LGBT alphabet type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers went on that. Obama ain't come with the weird shit before he did. He wasn't around yet. Well, yeah, he wasn't around yet. He came a year after that. But I was like, yeah, this world a crazy place, man. People will come around with that weird shit. You just gotta be prayed up, man. You gotta be having that spirit behind you. These demons gonna come try you every fucking day, all day, if they can. And I had to stand that demon in his face, let him know, like, boy, you finna get sent back to hell where you came from tonight. And when I think about that, I just think about how people is nowadays. Like, this motherfucker just letting any kind of spirit use them. Little do they know, though, you know. Little do they know. Because that's why I was like, I don't walk in fear. It kind of threw me off for a second, but I'm like, I know who I am. And any God tested God, then you're going to have to really prove who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, nigga, do what you do. You're going to have the devil come because he's going to have to help you. Even the devil know he only got so long. That's why he running the earth crazy right now. Everybody want to go switching sides, hop the fence. But one thing I just got to say for y'all out here who, you know, don't know yourself and run around here with this crew, that crew, you got all out here godless. When that day come, man, you gonna have no choice to be accountable, but to be accountable, you know. I just encourage y'all to be mindful, you know, who you choose to serve on this day. God know exactly what we all need. Know we need clothes. Know we need shoes. Know we need food. Know we need somewhere to stay. Know we need transportation. Know we need help with the kids. Know we need money in our pockets. But once you start worrying about those things and doing whatever it takes, backdooring people, all that lame ass shit y'all be doing, you gotta deal with your karma, dog. And a lot of y'all just dealing with karma. You making it look like the world doing you bad. Nah, you got what you deserve, and you getting what you deserve. And I don't want to be around your ass. You know, you deal with your shit. A lot of y'all want to push y'all karma out on people because y'all here doing shit behind closed doors, and you being punished in public. It ain't bad luck. It's just the universe dealing with your ass. And you can't hide from that, you know? A lot of y'all want to see me miserable because y'all talk shit behind my back. You do all this bullshit, and God just twisted around, you know? He's sitting there watching me and despise. Because I'm not as miserable as you want me to be. I'm not failing the way you think I should. I'm not in the same position as you desire me to be, you know? It is what it is. I'm humble. I'm not ego-driven as I used to be. But I deserve my success. I deserve everything that I get and everything that I got coming because I'm working for it. Not only that, I'm generous. You know, I've been out here doing God's will, doing this work in the devil playground, even having fun while the devil want to chill with me, kick it with me, and kick me off. But all I do is smile, you know. Like it say in the Bible, you turn this cheek, here go the other cheek. You kick me down, I get back up. You can kick me again, but guess what? All the energy that you use to put me down and try to be better than me and to be up on one, the way that God continuously provide for me is just unmatched. And all you're doing is competing with God at the end of the day because everything is God's and He gives freely. Even to the sinners, you know. God take care of all His kids. The saints and the sinners. So when you take it from me, you just getting it from God, you know. I don't look at it like anything. Because all this shit is mine anyway. And if I'm made out of God's image, why isn't it mine? So therefore, why should I trip about any of this shit? That's why I don't. Shit ain't nothing, dog. If I desire it, I'll have it, you know. That don't mean that I ain't gonna have no struggles like everybody else, or it might not come overnight. But I ain't worried about it, you know. I'm never lacking anything. It might look like it to y'all. You might want to see me with certain shit. It don't matter, right? I'm happy. I'm content. None of this shit make me. If I wanted to, I could have the world whenever I feel like. All this material shit whenever I feel like it. Excuse me. This what means something to y'all, not me. I don't give a fuck about it. And for the dude, like, I forgot his name. Try to steal my energy and likeness. You see me talking to a bitch. If you like to talk to her, don't wait till I'm talking to a bitch to come try to be cool. Because that shit ain't cool. If you bitches lame as hell, you know, you entertain that type of shit. Like, bitch, watch out. I'm cool on y'all lame assholes who do that, like, for real. And you niggas already know, like, you know, just saying what he did. Like, you ain't gonna say shit to my face because you know better. You can say whatever you want to say, but you niggas already know better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you funny as hell, dog. And you don't give my respect like that. And these bitches so lame anyway. Like, I don't care about these hoes, dog. You can say what you want to say. Like, if that's what make you cool, you know. Go right ahead. People be funny though, dog. Like, you know, it is the type of shit I deal with, experience. I mean, just be a lot of weird shit, though. I be wondering if I got a big sign on my head that say, "Bring me the bullshit, come with the weird." Like, what the fuck? I just be up thinking about all this shit, just like the times we living in. Like, man, I wish I had the strength to be like, you know, I could fly away, or I'll go to Mars. No, I'm just playing. Let me tell y'all something about that too. For y'all think that y'all really going on the trip. What they got planned for y'all silly asses. What they call that shit? It's an artificial world though. Basically, Mars. It's an acronym for made artificial reality ship or something like that. Let me turn this off because a lot of y'all need to hear this. So this is what the plan they got for y'all, right? You think they making some living situation on planet Mars? It sounds right? It sounds good. But what you really don't know is everybody willingly to participate in that, they basically finna steal your consciousness and get rid of this body and have you in assimilation. They really want you to kill yourself and how you think you're going to another planet. And they're going to have your conscious living in some type of whatever, which is going to be called Mars. Let me quote to this real quick. Because a lot of y'all so caught up in the Diddy case and all this other goofy shit going on that you don't even know how the world leading you into your demise. You know what I'm saying? Like, they setting it up for the mark of the beast, all this shit. The end times. These robots y'all falling in love with, all this weird shit y'all got going on. Y'all so fucking dumbed down. The computers think for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, let me just do it like this. Show me a video about Mars and what it really means and how they're trying to put people's minds in some simulation. Now check this out. He ain't gonna say it. They ain't gonna say it. What it say? What does the Mars stand for? Of course, it ain't gonna pop up now. They don't want y'all to see it. Yeah, I don't know why they pop this stuff up, but y'all can do that on y'all own time. Lay it down. Let y'all worry about that shit. But yeah, it was pretty dope. What they got planned for the people. I be telling y'all about the money part because that's what I really care about. But I mean, it's other shit going on too. Basically trying to, the food that we eating, all this lead and shit, they trying to basically microwave us. Like, all this lead and shit, if you ever get hit with a radiation wave or any type of like wave like that, it should have burn your body from the inside out. They got all these type of weapons to fry motherfuckers. And we helping them. By the food we eat, the entertainment we pay attention to. Motherfuckers so dumbed down, they don't know what's going on. They want you to follow them. Everybody want followers. That's what got so popular. You follow the wrong motherfucker to the right place. The whole world gone Fruit Loops now because everybody following everybody. You know what I'm saying? The shit cool. Everybody on some old, what everybody on, right? But like I was talking about with the nigga Aaron, why I brought him up, because while everybody doing what they doing, it take one person to be bold, to be righteous, and to stand out and do what's right. You know, what's right don't always look cool. It don't look a certain way. You see me, it don't look like I talk about God. It don't fucking matter what I look like. It matters what I'm doing. You know, I could say stuff all day long, but what are my actions showing you? What are my actions speak? People know you by your works. Martin Luther King talked a lot of shit, but he did a lot too. They know him by his work. A lot of people run around here saying a lot of shit, but they here today, going tomorrow. If they work ain't about shit. You know a motherfucker by their work. That's how you know somebody. That's notoriety. Fame, you could be famous for anything. Fame come and goes. Walmart was famous. I mean, Kmart was famous at one point in time. They gone. Somebody getting a whooping at the side. This shit funny. It's a skit though. Like this is what I was talking about too. People lose themselves for some likes, right? Like look at this type of shit. Now, like, why would I want to see some shit like this, right? But everybody do. Like 90,000 likes. The video itself had like, it was up there. But like, you know, like, okay, wow, right? What did I just learn from this? Nothing at all. But this is what the world want to throw at you, right? Like, why would I give a fuck about that? Did this just help me become a better person? Did this just teach me how to act in public? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? But this the type of shit they put in your face every day, all day. Like, I don't care about this type of shit, man. Like, you know, bombarded with dumb shit. Just like Facebook, nothing but dumb shit. Everybody on here be on some old. Let me show y'all what the fuck finna pop up, right? You already know. Fights, a bunch of ratchet shit, a bunch of shit y'all want me to be in the box with. Oh, this my cousin's birthday. See, I like seeing stuff like this. We celebrate life. This is what they need to start showing more, but right after that, oh yeah, a bunch of my shit loading. So right now they showing a bunch of ads and content creators. I'm glad my shit's starting to switch up a little bit. Cause I get tired of seeing a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, nonsense. Every bitch on here half naked. Every nigga on here on some old weird gay shit. It's like I get tired of that shit, man. Or if somebody on here doing some dumb shit, like no fucking value at all. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like this what they got on cartoons? I'm surprised I ain't even see this shit, cause I ain't surprised, but you know, people like, you watch this, you see why I don't watch it, right? Not like the type of nigga watch shit like this and give a fuck about shit like this. Nah. Who is that? I think I might use this sound. So yeah, I'm gonna use this sound. I kind of like that. See, look at dude though. This a dude or a girl? I want this sound. She look crazy, dog. Like bald head girls, ain't nothing wrong with them. But when you look like this, like what the fuck? I'm glad she confident, but girl, your ass, that's not it. This YouTube. My shit's starting to switch up a little bit though. Like I don't like seeing the bullshit on my YouTube either. But it's only because I put this stuff in my search bar. I was trying to do the little Mara stuff for y'all, but it won't pop up. So y'all be watching stuff like this, like, you know what I'm saying, like conspiracy theories. Niggas talk about they God and they this and they that. Like, nigga, you weird, dog. If you ever play that shit with me, you gonna see who really is. But you know what? Like, these niggas don't be lying, though. Ain't no telling what type of demons they fuck with. I believe these niggas. I done seen some shit that I wouldn't believe myself, but I mean, I know it's some shit out there, dog. And you won't be playing with that shit at all, cause ain't nobody gonna save you. There's some shit I seen. I had to call on Jesus, like some real shit out here in the world. And no matter how close you try to get to God, that don't mean that you ain't gonna have these problems either, though. Like My battle started when I started getting close to God. It's prophet. And be careful who you have pray for you too. Like everybody serve the same God, no matter if they say it's Jesus or not. You know what I'm saying? Like some niggas mean different kind of Jesus. Or they say Jesus, but they mean something else. Like these motherfucking preachers be doing witchcraft and voodoo and all type of shit. You be surprised, dog. Your local church, them fucking ones on TV. But anyway, I got to dealing with this dude, and you be doing rituals, all this shit. They dress it up. You won't even know you doing rituals, dog. Fuck around doing this weird shit, you don't even know. But it'll make it seem like it ain't nothing. Like you go take communion. That's a ritual. You eat this cannibalism, dog. But whatever, right? It's a pretty fun word for it. Communion. But they are rituals. They different types or whatever, right? So, anyways, under the guidance, prayer and all this and that, I started seeing fucking demons, dog. Like fucking what they call them. I started having night terrors. And it was just weird. Like I knew where it came from. It was from fucking with dude, and I don't know. I feel like that's what it was though. Like he the one brought this shit into my life. But yeah, one night, it was different ones too. Like the main one, like real big, real tall. I say black, red eyes, and, horns. The nigga so tall, he just stand up like this and shit. Like he be like, "What the fuck?" It's the craziest thing. And then he just stand there like he don't say anything, but he looking like, "Yeah, I'm finna take your life." And you could feel it the same way I felt when I was like laying on my back. Like that's what I felt. Them niggas, a whole bunch of him, just right there. Like it's the scariest thing in the world. I don't want to wish that on nobody. Um, just wake up. You can't breathe. You can't. That's what wakes you up. You can't breathe, and it's like, uh, somebody push on your chest, like they just jump on you, like boom, and push it down. You be like, damn, what the fuck? Like, it's the weirdest thing, dog. I can't even explain it. But it started happening. Like I experienced that shit for years. They're like, oh, you got a devil or a witch rat in your back. That's what they say. So yeah, and that came when I was trying to learn my Bible, get closer to God. Like that don't mean that you're doing wrong or anything like that. Just when you trying to get closer to God or whoever, whatever, right? Just know that you're gonna have both sides of the spectrum. Don't mean everything gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. And there's just something to be careful of, like you open the doors to that shit. That don't mean run from it though either. You having spiritual attacks, you fight back. You don't fucking run or retreat. Shit, it's the worst thing you could do. And a lot of people have spiritual attacks. Christians, Muslims, whoever, whatever. But everybody ain't gonna tell you about it. They gonna act like it ain't nothing going on. I'm just different. I tell you, like, yeah, I done dealt with that shit. And it wasn't no fun thing to deal with. And it wasn't no one-time thing either. It was multiple times, years at a time. It was crazy. I haven't had it in a while, but I've had it before. And I know this shit ain't no joke. It's a real thing. When people saying they deal with these things, I believe them. Like, I don't fuck with them. I'm not comfortable with them. I don't want to see their ass again. But that don't mean that other people deal with them differently. It's part of the spiritual world. Some of these spirits are scared the fuck out you, and some of them come in peace. But they are there, though, and it is what it is. And that just opened my eyes, like, the world is a crazy place. There's some shit out here you ain't gonna want to see. And there's some shit you gonna see that you ain't gonna believe. It's gonna shock you so much you ain't gonna want to tell nobody. But hey, it is what it is. life. It's spirit in this form too. Hey, this my nigga Bernie Mac. I miss him. That he's that my nigga. He funny. They took him out quick. But yeah, I just be looking at a lot of like history. Not saying I believe any of this shit, cause I wasn't there. So how the fuck I'm gonna believe y'all? And y'all wasn't there, so this shit don't make sense to me. I never been to fucking Africa. I ain't seen the pyramids. But I do see a lot of mountains here in America that look like pyramids. It's covered up. I mean, like, who's to say that those not pyramids? That this ain't the real Africa or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't believe everything these motherfuckers tell me, dog. I always questioned they was like the sun. I mean, not the sun, but the world is round. Just some shit I think about. Like, how the fuck is I'm standing upside down when Africa over there is right side up? If we spinning around and doing all this and that weird shit, whatever, right? It just don't make sense. And then I feel good when I go outside to get some sun. Like, y'all don't be in the sun too much. Woo, woo, woo. Like, come on. We sun people, dog. I don't worship the sun, but I know it's something I need. And then they like, you know what I'm saying? Just everything. I fucking tell you whatever. You believe that shit. You go around with it. But yeah, I found myself like when I start having those experiences, like fuck what the church talk about, fuck what everybody talk about. I gotta figure out for myself, and can't no motherfucker tell me different. Give a fuck what you believe or what anybody believe. I know what I experienced, and I know what's real for myself. And I know how to deal with that shit now. Nobody come to save me. And I ain't looking for nobody to save me. I don't need no motherfucking help. When I die, I go through this journey on my own. None of you motherfuckers gonna talk to God for me. And none of y'all can't explain my life, my intentions, and my actions. I'm finna watch some scary shit, though, and then lay it down. This type of shit I'm into, like the dark, the occult, the death, all that type of shit. Witches, warlocks, all that type of shit. I done met some witch bitches before. Real witch bitches. That shit crazy. It's real. Just this type of stuff be interesting to me. Like, I be wanting to know. It don't really scare me like that, but it's interesting. I don't believe it all. Sometimes I do. Some of it I do. Let me show y'all these stocks and shit too real quick before I get up off this motherfucker. I be on YouTube showing everybody this a better crowd over there. They talk. They be on some old shit. They be fucking with a nigga, dog. So I don't mind going on there spending time with them. They be on some old. Try to figure it out. This is my podcast. I got 105 episodes. That's pretty dope. I like my videos. So I got 400 views in 3 days. I'm gonna do this a little later on. Damn, Bitcoin still at 4,000, so it's low, Rocky. I'm just waiting to see what's finna pop off with this. Oh yeah, I got a retirement account. Go to history, select running. Future read. Oh yeah, this is the money you can spend off the card too. In case y'all be wondering, can you take this money off or not? Yeah, you can. I was checking the little history. I just took some money off here. 3:20 p.m. I had bought some off my card earlier at the stove. This is my retirement account. I just put some over there. I got ETF. Oh yeah. This was my savings or whatever. I'm gonna put some money over here in a bit. But I got technology, financial services, consumer defense, basic materials, industrials, healthcare. And then you can see what's all in there. Like you break down your ETF. This all technology, 48%. Let me show y'all something real quick. BCH. This Bitcoin Cash. They doing numbers. If you want to, you could. Wait, let me see. About 3 months ago. Damn, they been going up for the past few months. They saying this might hit. Damn, it hit 600. Oh, okay, yeah. So this something y'all might want to keep an eye on. And then also, what's the other one they got? US. They got the Trump one. Let me see what he got real quick. Let me try the Trump coins. I didn't know he had them. I knew it, but I didn't know what they was called. He got a crypto. This shit like $10 almost. That shit crazy. You know? So he just dropped his this year. Damn, at $50. So he tried to drop it like $50 back in June. That was last year. This shit dropped like a motherfucker. It went all the way down at $7. April 2025. So my auntie passed away in March. I really wouldn't think about none of this shit these months as well. So yeah, I want to know. I wasn't focused on this shit then. I'm finna go lay it down. Don't just up like a motherfucker. I'm sleeping right now. Trying to push my product. This is my little AI machine and shit. My other website. I got a lot of websites, a lot of different shit going on. This is my blog. I ain't really been dropping them like that. Like if my shit go unappreciated, I'll take a break. Cause I don't need this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's for y'all. I got it on my shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit right here for me whenever I want it, whenever I need it. That's why I did it. And then I'll share it if I feel like it, you know. I don't have to post none of this shit. Like, my shit out there working for it. Especially the way they keep on checking out what I got going on, but they just don't know me like that. So this is the way people get to know, like, and trust me. Especially I'm new to the scene. And I ain't really been pushing it like that. Like, I'm trying to grieve and fucking process the changes I'm going through in my life. Moving here and there and starting over and starting over and starting over. Like, that shit took a toll. Like, it's a lot of shit to do, man. A lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't never did. Ain't gonna never do it. Too comfortable to even consider it. But it is what it is, you know? Like, shit. I'm just doing what I gotta do. Like, trying to provide a way for my son. That's why I've been doing all this shit. Success and failures, you know? People come around, fuck shit up. We gotta redo shit. It is what it is, you know? Opportunities leave or they fucking inspire. Gotta make a lot of adjustments, like trying to figure this shit out. Go through a lot, lose a lot. It is what it is, though, you know? Like, at the end of the day, like, motherfucker just trying to find reasons to keep going. Motherfuckers is on to drain me from my resources, my time, energy. And they ain't even where I want to be at. I can only imagine what the shit gonna be like once I'm where I feel like I want to be. You know what I'm saying? The type of shit gonna have to deal with then. And like you never reach a point where you just at peace. You know, it's always some bullshit. It's always some resistance. It's always shit that's gonna steal your focus. Like that make it seem like it's so important that it ain't really shit. And that shit take away from your dreams and goals, from you being successful, like focusing on the small shit. It don't got nothing to do with you, maybe, you know, like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. People, oh, you want to do this and do that? Like, that's your dream. If I wanted to, I'd be doing that shit, you feel me? I don't want to fucking, I ain't gonna even say, like, you niggas know what y'all be talking about. Like, you know, you do that shit, nigga. That's what you want to do, working ass niggas. Y'all go ahead, do that. I'm not saying I'm wrong with working on my shit. I just want to work on me, you know, and my shit. I'm building my dreams. You niggas could help me build my dreams and work with me or continue to build everybody else's dreams. Or build your fucking own. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But hey, if we could collab, let's do that.